Welcome back to the Don't Fret podcast, where I don't want you to fret about what I say, but I do want you to think about it. And today is one of those episodes where I really just want us to think about love. Now, before I really get into it, I would also love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to like. I would love for you to comment. I would love for you to share with some friends that the podcast is here, that we're on episode 2, that we're doing our thing. I would love that. But the topic of today's episode is love. Also, rate the podcast. I forgot that part. But also, the topic of today's episode podcast is love. I don't know what it is. The weather's changing. It's a little cold. You see me in my turtleneck and my coif. I don't know what we're going to call this situation. But it's something about what's going on right now that just is making me think about love and cuddle season. And it makes me think about relationships. And it makes me think about the love that I've experienced, the love that I thought I had, the love that I think I want. And it's so interesting because I think for a very long time, I pushed relationships away. And I think a big part of it was there were many that I had that were no good. I was with people that were no good for me. I was trying to build with folks who were no good for me. And that doesn't just mean romantic, but that even means in friendship. I was trying to build with family that was no good for me. And it really shuns you away from making the effort to allow love to be in your life, whether that is romantic, whether that is friendships, whether that is family. And I had this epiphany recently, and it's been heavy on my heart. And so I had to talk to somebody. So I said, I have to talk to my folks. I had this epiphany of it's not until you love someone that you begin to not love yourself. So many of us landed or were born into toxic and dangerous relationships, loving someone who didn't know how love was to operate. And unfortunately, when you love, you trust. And when you trust, you believe. You trust and believe the things that they are telling you, even when they are not true. You trust and believe the things that they are doing to you because you feel like in your heart they don't want to hurt you. And you put all this effort in to trust and believe the person that is in your life. I trusted you, so I believed you when you said I was worthless. I trusted you, so I believed you when you said I would be nothing. I trusted you, so I believed the things that you said to me, and I took it to heart. I trusted you, so there was something about me that believed that you were operating in loving kindness when you cheated, when you raised your hand at me, when you made it seem like you really were not committed to me. I trusted your actions and your behaviors. I trusted you, so I believed in you. It's those behaviors, it's those actions, it's those words that begin to make us not love ourselves because the people who are supposed to love us are not acting lovingly. I didn't know. I didn't realize. And in that process of me journaling, I also had to come to realization that I have to forgive myself for what I didn't know, but now I understand. I sat around tolerating certain behavior and certain treatment, and I've for so long punished myself for it. I have to forgive myself for what I didn't know, but now I understand. Now I understand. And it's such a painful thing because in relationships like that and dealing with people like that, you think that love is supposed to hurt when I tell y'all it's really supposed to revive. It is supposed to bring you back to life. It is supposed to encourage you. It is supposed to be warmth. It is supposed to be something that is joyous. It is something that you want to celebrate and tell the world about. And now you have to sit around and unlearn what you were taught by a bad teacher, by the people who were unqualified to give the lesson. None of those people were qualified to teach me about love. They didn't know it for themselves. And none of that was love. It was me experiencing and dealing with people who were so detached. My healing started when I realized nothing I was experiencing was love. It was a bunch of interactions with detached people, detached from self, detached from their emotions, detached from the impact their actions have on other people. They could not feel for me the same way they struggled to feel anything for themselves. And in return, I internalized all of that. I felt the brunt of all of that. I had to be face to face with all of that. And so when I think about love, I think about what does that mean for me anymore? Because everything that I had is everything I no longer want. And it breaks my heart how many of us sit in situations thinking that we have it with someone, and what we have is not what love is about at all. I was on my phone the other day. Do y'all like my coif? Isn't it cute, my little coif I got? This is an old piece when Zara was good. This is when Zara was good. My little coif I got on today. But I was on my phone and I was scrolling through TikTok and baby girl had popped up. And so she's screaming and she's ranting and she's gorgeous. And anytime somebody's gorgeous and ranting, I must stop. I resonate with that. Hello. So I see her sitting there and she's screaming and she's ranting. And I'm like, what is baby girl talking about? And I'm with you when you right. And she was 100% wrong. She's on the phone and she's talking about, oh, when I invite you out with me and my man, you got to dress appropriately. You got to dress right when you out with us. You can't, no, you don't be, you essentially telling you when you get dressed as her friend and she invites you out and she's with her dude, you need to consider the things that he would like so that you don't wear them. And I sat and I stared at the phone for a second because I had to make sure that what I was hearing was right. And at first, I thought she was joking, but I know she was dead serious because I read the comments. And then there was a part of me that's like, this sounds crazy. This is weirdo to me. And then there was the other part of me that said, I've been there, done that. And I knew exactly what that energy was about. I have to drop this lesson on you real fast. It is not until you are in a healthy and good relationship that you will realize you will never feel insecure where you are secured at. Let me tell that to you again. It is not until you are in a healthy and good relationship that you realize you will never feel insecure where you are secured at. I don't feel secure about how committed you are to me because when I ask you where we're going in this relationship, when I ask you how you really feel about me, you saying it funny. You saying it like you unsure. When I ask you how much you really love me, you're not saying it truly with direction and clarity. I feel insecure about it because you're not securing me. I feel insecure about how faithful you really are to me because I've been peeping how you look at people when they walk into the room. I notice how you looked at them the same way you used to look at me. I'm noticing how you don't touch me the way that you once did. I'm not feeling secure. You're making me feel insecure in this relationship. And I watched her project that energy. You're sitting around telling your friends, essentially, I'm insecure about where my man's eyes look. He hasn't secured me in this. He hasn't secured me in this. He been moving funny. He been moving weird. I see how he look at other women. I'm seeing how his interactions with other people be. I'm not secured here, so I feel insecure about it. That's essentially what she's saying. You will never feel insecure where you are secured at. And it really is not until you are in a healthy and good relationship that you understand that. And baby girl clearly is not in a good one. It's the reason why I resonated with it, though, the reason why I understood where she was coming from and the reason why I can interpret what it is like I said, I've been there. But I was there and I struggled to really articulate with my person the feeling. And the annoying part about it is a lot of the times when you are in a relationship with somebody and you voice to them you feeling that way, you're all of a sudden toxic. That's one thing I can't stand about y'all. That is one thing I cannot stand about y'all. The minute that somebody says something, oh, you toxic, or you toxic, you always want to argue, you want to fight. No, I'm not toxic, I'm focused. That's two different things. That's the thing, y'all. I'm not toxic. I'm focused. I love you, so I see you. I see the shifts in your energy. I see the shifts in your behavior. I notice when you're doing things versus when you did not. I notice the things you used to do versus the things you don't do no more. You've been used to dating people who are not awake, but I'm fully awake and fully alert. It's not toxicity. I see it. And I love you enough that not only I see you, but I have to vocalize to you the things that you're doing that I'm not liking and the ways in which it's making me feel a way about this relationship. If you're truly feeling insecure about your situation, part of the ways that you get secure is asking for clarity about what we doing here. What's going on? I don't feel secure in this. So much so that I'm sitting around having conversations with my friends about what they got on when they get around you. I don't feel secure in this. So much so that I'm sitting around questioning who I bring around you because I don't even want you to have the spirit of temptation. You have to articulate these type of things. And we have normalized this to be this type of, it's not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal and it's not okay and it's not grown. And if we operating for real in our growndom, as I hope we are, those are just not the type of things that you do. But I resonated with that. I've definitely been in a relationship where not only was I not being secured, but I was not securing. I definitely been in a relationship where I felt insecure and I projected it. And I love my partner so much that I wasn't projecting it onto them. I was projecting it onto everybody that was around them. So instead of her checking in and saying, I've been noticing, I don't know what it is, but when I'm around my girl Shantae, I've been noticing your eyes get they're wandering a little bit too much. I need you to get it together. I'm not insinuating nothing. I'm not telling you nothing. I don't know what it's about, but I'm definitely peeping the funniness. I got to let you know that. Because I don't feel secured here right now. I'm feeling insecure about it because you're looking at her when you really should be looking at me. Are y'all following what I'm saying to you? But instead of her presenting it to her man in the way that she's supposed to, she now putting the energy and behavior on her girls. That ain't got nothing to do with them. Those are single grown ass women. That needs to be directed towards your man. And there's nothing toxic about it. That's you being focused. But I've done that. I've dated and said, why was you looking at him for so long? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, I noticed that we sitting here and I'm looking at you because I'm supposed to be. And I noticed the dude walked in the room, your eyes wandered. You stared at him a long time. What do you mean? I'm just looking at I like his outfit. Oh, really? I've done that. I did it. Oh, really? Okay. And we project these things on other people and we don't direct it to our partners. And it is a really big thing that happens in relationships where we feel insecure because we're not secured. And in those moments where I had to reflect about my past, I had to reflect about my dating life, I had to think about the ways in which I did things right and did things wrong. I had to really be on alert. And I was alert to the fact that in many instances in the past, I was the problem. I was the issue. In my most impactful relationships, I was the issue sometimes. And by impactful, I mean, we all have that one person who gave love a definition for us. You know, when we got with them, it no longer was just a word, but it was a feeling. They made it mean something. It was something that you thought was just in the books and in the movies. And then you met them and you was like, this is what this is about. And this is what this feels like. And this is what this is. I remember the first time that I felt that. And I remember how transformative it was for me. I think my first really big relationship was in high school. Um, I don't want to get too deep. I don't know. I think about this relationship really fondly. And it's difficult for me to this day, weirdly enough, to talk about. We broke up when I was a sophomore in college. I'm now in grad school, so you do the math. Okay. um, you do the math. And I don't know. I still struggle to think about it because I think with them, not only did they give love a definition and give it a meaning for me, but I also think that with them, in this really weird way, they ruined love for me. I opened up to them in a way that I don't feel comfortable to open up with anyone else anymore. I was vulnerable with them in a way that I don't feel comfortable to be vulnerable with someone else anymore. I gave so much to them in a way that I don't feel comfortable to offer to someone else anymore. And it was so many instances and moments in that relationship where no, Justin was not secured. So he felt insecure. And there were so many moments and instances in that relationship where I began to not love myself because I loved them. I had to learn through that relationship and through being with them and through understanding the ways in which I was the problem, because my issue there was that I had awful relationship with me, and that was built up long before I ever met him. That was built up long before I ever said I love you. That was built up long before I ever said, can I be your boyfriend? That was built up long before I ever decided to introduce him to my mama. I did that. That was built up long before them. And so my flaw was me having such a bad relationship with me and then trying to add somebody else to my own mental chaos, my own dilemma that I have with myself, the own struggles and dramas that I have with me. That was where I was wrong. But by being with them and now being very far removed from that relationship, I had to learn that I had a bad relationship with what that word even meant. And though they gave that word a definition, the thing that has made that breakup so difficult, the thing that makes it so difficult to this day for me to talk about, the thing that makes it so difficult for me to even think about that relationship was that with them, I had a really skewed idea of what love was, and love for me was them. That was the word. Them. They gave it a definition. They gave it a meaning. It was no longer a word with them. And so when I thought of the word encompassed their face, their energy, their body, their essence, what they brought to my life, what they brought to the table. They were the word. But that's not how love works. I'm grown now. I've grown up and I've realized that love is everything. Love wakes me up in the morning because I love my life. Love makes me go to work because I love money. Love makes me want to be a better partner, a better friend, a better family member, because I love knowing that the love that I feel for those around me is felt by them. It's love that keeps me hustling, that keeps me motivated, that keeps me driving, that keeps me focused, because I love knowing that through that hard work, I will have a better life. I had to take away the idea that love was them and that love really was just my life. It's everything. I'm grateful for that relationship because not only were they my greatest lesson, but in so many ways, they were my greatest disappointment. And that's why I struggle with dating to this day. I'm greatly disappointed by that relationship. I am. I'm disappointed because I had faith that we were going somewhere that we never even landed to. I'm still disappointed because I love someone who said, I will love you forever. I will be with you forever. And that clearly was not true. I'm disappointed because I was planning a future with someone and that future never even came into fruition. It stayed a dream, it stayed a fantasy, but it never became our reality. When you give so much of yourself to someone, it's very difficult to allow yourself to give to another. I'm disappointed, but I learned that I am love and my life is love. And the thing that really ended that relationship, and I can't just put all the disappointment on them because it's not just on them, it's on me too. The thing that really ended that relationship was, it's so funny because I see this trend that goes on TikTok all the time, and it's like the silly reasons why you ended a relationship with somebody, the silly reasons why y'all broke up. But I never see anybody talk about the beautiful reasons why they had to end it. And I ended it because I realized that I was expediting their growth. I was trying to force them to land to a place in their life that they haven't even arrived to yet. And we as people don't realize how manipulative that is. I'm coercing you to try to get to a place that I've already arrived to that you're not even prepared to get to. And we think that that's love. We think that that's setting our boundaries. We think that's letting people know the expectation. No, you're trying to expedite somebody's growth. Baby, you ready for marriage and kids and the white picket fence because that's where you've arrived to in your life. They might not be there yet. You ready to sit around and really build this family and to do this love thing and to have this forevermore and to really settle down, and you letting it be known, you trying to force them, you giving them dilemmas, you letting them know if you don't do it by this day, I'm finished with you. They haven't gotten there yet. And I found myself in that relationship expediting someone's growth, and they haven't arrived to where I arrived to. And when we do that, we're trying to make our partners live vicariously through us rather living through their own journey. I can't do that to you. I got to let you go. I had to let it go. And then I felt slightly disappointed because I hate that I loved you so much and you wasn't ready for the type of love I was trying to lay down. I hate that I love you so much, but if I was with you, that meant I would have had to be comfortable with love being stagnant until you grew up. I would have had to be okay with accepting the fact that you're not ready for what I've been ready for. So what do? Do I hold myself back and wait for you to arrive to where I've already landed? I can't do that. I can't waste time. I don't have a lot of it. Just saying. Do I accept it and let you go even though I love you so much? And be okay with having to find whoever else is out there that's ready the way I'm ready. I went with the latter. I went with finding whoever else was ready. And just like some of you, I'm still looking. I'm still looking. I'm still looking for a love that I feel secured in. I'm still looking for a love that reassures me. I'm still looking for a love that I feel safe within. I'm still looking for a partner who understands I'm not toxic. I'm focused. I'm still looking for somebody who I know is going to hold me down and have my back for real. I'm looking for somebody who understands that word is bond. I'm looking for that. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. You know, there's one thing that was like kind of trendy a few years ago that I always really loved. And I love the concept is, you know, like Sierra's prayer. I also love Viola Davis did a video. She's done several interviews talking about her marriage, and she talked about how she prayed for her husband, which I always thought was a very interesting concept. And, you know, Sierra openly has talked about how she kind of prayed for her man. I have my own version of a prayer. Can I say it? Y'all know I always got a word. I have my own little version of a prayer. If I could do it real quick. Because I know myself, and you have your prayer has to really be unique to you and what you know about you. But as I journal, as I do, I wrote down my prayer. And I just said, Dear God, it's me again, begging again. I'm asking you to bring me a student. And I don't mean a student in the traditional sense. I'm asking you to bring me somebody who is never tired of learning me. And I'm never tired of learning them. I'm asking you to bring me somebody who is willing to study what I've been through and is willing to learn where I'm trying to go. I'm asking you to bring me somebody who is willing to listen to everything that I need, and they are willing to bring it to the table. I'm asking you to bring me a student. And I'm asking you to give me the wherewithal to also be willing to learn the same lessons. God, I'm asking you to make me patient. Make me patient and make me appreciate their presence, and always remember, I'd rather them here with me than elsewhere. I know sometimes my patience is bad. I know sometimes I'm annoyed easily. I know sometimes I lash out when I really don't mean to. God, I'm working on it. I'm always working on me. I'm asking you to make sure that my patience is there. I'm asking you to bring me somebody who secures me. I'm asking you to bring me somebody who secures me in their commitment to me, who secures me in their faithfulness to me, who is secure in their faithfulness and commitment to you. I'm asking you to bring me somebody who is focused. They've studied me and they've learned me enough that they see the nuances in my energy. They see the nuances in my disposition. They notice when I'm not smiling like I used to. They notice when my energy is not vibrant like they've come accustomed to. They notice when I'm touching them in a way that I used to not. They notice the ways my energy has shifted. I want somebody focused. I want somebody who sees me. And I know, God, that the only way that they can see me is by loving me, and bring me somebody who loves me but knows how love is to operate. My type of love is honest. My type of love is compassionate. My type of love is graceful. My type of love is real. And most importantly, bring me somebody who wants to be around me. I want somebody who wants to be there. I want somebody who wants to be with me. I want somebody who enjoys sharing space with me. I want somebody who can be in communication with me even when we are sitting in silence. I want somebody who wants me, because then they'll want to do everything that it takes to be with me. And I want to want them badly enough that I'm willing to do the same. That's my version of a Sierra prayer. And I'm hoping for all of you that you have a love like that you find a love like that, and more importantly, that you love yourself enough to give you all of that, even when there's nobody around. Because love is you. Love is not a person. It is not a specific individual. Love is you. It is everything that you do. It is everything that you stand for. And as long as you exist, it lives in you in every single way. I love y'all. I love y'all for watching. And I love you for coming here on episode 2 of the Don't Fret podcast. And like I said to you earlier, and I'm going to say it to you again because I love to repeat myself, if you also love me, I need you to like, I need you to subscribe, I need you to share, I need you to comment, I need you to rate the podcast, I need you to let people know that I'm here, I need you to let people know what we're talking about. Episode 2 was about love, and episode 3 is going to be about none of your business. I'll let you know when I see you because you're going to come back. I love you so much. I adore you so much. I appreciate you so much. And until we meet again, remember, I don't want you to fret about what I say, but I do want you to think about it.